What if your neighbor exposed a secret even you didn't know existed? I'd just shut my car door when I saw her, my neighbor, storming down the sidewalk like a thundercloud in sneakers, hair frizzed, cheeks red, eyes blazing. She jabbed a finger in my face. "You need to stop hurting her," she snapped. "I hear her screaming every day." I blinked. My mind just froze. "My daughter?" I asked. "She's in Scotland, studying." Her jaw tightened. She didn't believe me. "I already called child services," she said, like she'd just won something. Then she turned and walked away, proud of herself. My stomach twisted. Not from guilt, but from something colder. I didn't even remember unlocking my front door, yet it stood open. Inside, the silence felt wrong. The air smelled different, like detergent I never bought. A faint scent of fruit, something sweet, artificial, clinging to the walls. The hallway light flickered once, buzzing quietly before dying. No hum from the fridge, no ticking from the clock above the stairs. Just that heavy kind of quiet that presses against your chest and waits. I took a step inside, slow. My shoes creaked on the floorboards. Every sound felt borrowed, like the house was holding its breath. A half-full glass stood in the sink. A chair slightly turned from the table. And there on the couch cushion, an indentation. Too small for an adult, too deep to be a trick of light. I walked toward the room we called our daughter's room, knowing exactly what I'd find. Locked. I didn't remember ever locking it. Same with the bathroom, 2 toothbrushes. One was pink, with a cartoon handle, still wet. I stared at it for a long time, too long. That's when the doubt flipped. I stopped wondering if the neighbor was lying, and started wondering who was. A week passed. Groceries kept disappearing. Bills went up, fridge half empty. Juice boxes, fruit snacks, stuff I'd never buy. So I bought cameras. Tiny ones, hidden. At first, nothing. Just my wife moving around, cleaning, cooking. Then, one afternoon, 2 days after I told her I'd be out of town for work, she didn't know I never left. On the footage, she opened the front door and let in a little girl, 6, maybe. Dark hair, shy smile. She held the kid's hand like it was the most natural thing in the world. Fed her, talked softly, tucked her into the room we called our daughter's room. I froze, watching. My wife knelt beside her, brushing hair from her face, whispering something I couldn't hear. The girl hummed, playing with dolls on the floor, completely at home. My wife looked happy. Later that night, I dug through everything. Bank records, receipts, transfers. One name kept showing up. Isla Renair, age 6. The same name I'd heard once, years ago, half mumbled in my wife's sleep. Back then, I thought it was just a dream. Now I knew better. The DNA kit arrived 4 days later. The results came in a plain envelope. I opened it with a scalpel. Knives feel too honest for this kind of truth. Probability of paternity, 0%. I sat there for 13 minutes, just breathing. Then I printed 2 copies. That evening, I placed one inside her favorite mug, the one that says, "Love is patient, love is kind." I poured her tea. We sat across from each other in silence. She lifted the paper, started reading, her hands trembling. "What? What is this?" Her face fell, in slow motion shock, denial, guilt. I didn't raise my voice. I didn't need to. "You brought a child into this house," I said quietly. She shook her head, stammering, no words forming. "You used our daughter's room, my money, my name." Her eyes filled, but tears don't wash lies clean. "You were pregnant before we met, weren't you?" She didn't answer. "You told me I was your first, that our daughter was ours." "I met her father," I said. "He's been looking for Isla for 3 years. That was the blade, not sharp, but buried. She crumpled in her chair, sobbing. I left the papers on the table, the test, the custody reversal, the detective's card. I packed one bag, booked a hotel. I sleep better now, in rooms with white noise and no ghosts. The house sold in a week. She called, texted, begged. I never answered. I don't hate her. I don't love her either. What's left is colder than indifference. It's peace, the kind that comes after fire, when there's nothing left to burn. They call it closure. I call it the moment you stop bleeding. Because the truth? I didn't lose a daughter. I never had one. And she didn't lose a husband. She lost the mask she built to keep her lie alive. Now she has to live with the face underneath.